I'm Joe Kilcup, Install Manager with Legacy Heating and Cooling.
And I'm Peter Bruman, I'm the Sales Manager for Legacy Heating and Cooling.
Peter, you know, I get a lot of questions from friends and family about air quality in their homes. Whether we're talking about the summertime, windows are open. We've discussed in a previous video about air conditioning and keeping our windows closed. Even in the wintertime, just some harmful indoor contaminants, whether it's something happening inside the house or outside the house. What are some good filter recommendations that you could make for our customers?
Well, the one nice thing about Legacy Heating is we set an industry standard where we actually provide a MERV 11 filtration system on every furnace installation that we offer. Now, of course, a lot of the quotes that we go into, we're talking about just strictly an air conditioning estimate. So in that regard, we have MERV 11 4.5-inch filtration system, which is better on your furnace, gives you more efficiency on the motor itself. Instead of having the 1-inch filter that people buy at Costco, where it puts a lot of restriction on the actual system itself, it can actually freeze air conditioning if it's not clean. MERV 11 filter stops the particulates from coming in, just a better filtration system. Now we also offer what's called a Trane CleanEffects. That specific type of filtration system is one of the best on the market. So that one there, we also have videos that our salespeople come out to the property and will show you how, especially with we get a lot of forest fires in Alberta and also coming in from BC and Saskatchewan. And those specific filtration systems will actually eliminate about 95% of smoke coming into the home. Wow. Also allergens, pollen, a lot of very problematic viruses out there that can cause issues for homeowners.
So I just wanted to go back to the MERV 11. So what does MERV mean and where does the 11 fit on that scale?
The MERV system is based on what's called the minimum efficiency reporting value. There's a range going from 1 to 16. Okay. 16 being the best, 1 being the least efficient when it comes to actual cleaning of the air. So when it comes to the 11, it is on the higher spectrum of what we offer for a homeowner. For the MERV 11, it's really good for people that don't have allergies or asthma or anything like that, but you have a family or a family member that does have severe allergies, then you certainly want to upgrade that filtration system to something better, because it all comes down to how your body reacts and how you feel in a home.
And I think a good way to compare it would be during COVID, the schools were looking at having MERV 13 to take care of the classrooms in school. So I imagine 11 is a pretty high filter mark. And then if we're experiencing severe allergies in the home, we might want to go something higher than that?
100%.
Okay. And what are our average costs for these filters and how long do they last?
So the average cost on a MERV 11 filter is between $60 to $70. Now, typically we recommend homeowners that have pets or just a lot of dust in the home, or if you don't have air conditioning, if the window's open, to change those filters semi-annually. Okay. If you do have air conditioning, windows are closed, you don't have animals, typically we recommend once a year. Now, the easiest way to check is to simply pull the filter out, hold it up to any light in your mechanical room or anything in your kitchen, and if you can see through the filter itself, then you're pretty good. If you can't see any light coming through that filter, then it is time to change the filter.
Okay. And so you did mention 4.5 inches wide. So why would I look at a 4.5 inch wide filter over the 1 inch wide filter?
So the biggest thing, if you decide to get air conditioning or even the longevity of your furnace blower motor, is the restriction that you have at only 1 inch. So what happens is that motor in that furnace cabinet will actually try to suck really hard. And what happens is it'll actually cause that motor to overamp or overheat. Then also, if that filter is plugged up, or let's say you forget to change your filter or it's a rental property, then all of a sudden it can't displace the amount of airflow needed to come across that coil and get freezing, or you have, again, motors overamping and causing issues with that.
Okay, so we have air conditioning that's very sensitive to airflow, so we want something that's going to maintain good airflow. Now, I imagine that these wider filters last a little bit longer than the 1 inch wide filters as well?
They certainly do. So typically on a 1 inch filtration system, you want to change that out every couple months. Versus again with the 4.5 inch filtration system, either annually or semi-annually, based on what kind of pets and how dusty your home is. Everybody kind of understands if their home's really dusty or they haven't had duct cleaning in a while, then you definitely want to change your filters more frequently.
So it sounds pretty comparable in price then to the 1 inch filters. If you're only replacing the filters every 4 to 6 months and the other one, the 1 inch wide filters every month or so, you're probably paying the same amount of money to have much better air quality in the long run, aren't you?
100%. So you go buy that 4-pack at Costco or 5-pack at Costco for, $50 to $60 versus just buying one of the MERV 11 filters for about $60. and you get a better filtration system. You get something that's not going to cause a lot of harm to your actual HVAC system. And so it's just a better, there we go.
Great. So back to the CleanEffects filtration system for a moment, just if you can help me understand. Now, it has a few different parts to it.
Yeah, so it's actually one piece that slides into the actual filtration system itself, into the cabinet of the actual furnace. And the beautiful thing about that unit is that it is a washable and reusable filter. So you're not having to go and try to track down different membranes of different filtration systems. So this one is, again, one of the best, one of the easiest in the market to clean, and one of the most effective units on the market.
And are they easy to clean?
They are, yes. You just simply pull it out. You can either vacuum the actual system itself, or you can take water and clean out the system, let it dry, and put it back in the system.
And of course, if homeowners aren't comfortable with that, I imagine we would offer that as a part of our regular maintenance services.
100%. And so with Legacy Heating, we do have a service department. We are 24 hours a day. We offer 31-point inspection on the actual equipment. And so with that, they'll actually go through the filter, the gas pressures on the furnace, the burners. They take a look at air conditioning, depending on what kind of maintenance that you're wanting. But with both those services, they do check in depth in regards to filtration.
Wow, that sounds thorough. So we're looking at ideally wanting a 4.5 inch or a wider filter for better airflow and stronger filtration. Something like wildfire smoke, something that can easily be taken care of with our CleanEffects filter. These things can be replaced and maintained during a routine maintenance call. Great, thanks Peter. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to contact us at legacyheating.ca.